Hi, this is AliShanMao. Today is a good weather and we were thinking that we will give the XAircraft a good flight outdoors today, but then I thought before we go out we should install everything. So here it is. You can see I have installed the XAircraft compass right on top of the AHRS, and I have installed the autopilot, and I have installed the GPS as well. So now we plug the supplied cable to the flight controller link, and I can plug it here on my PC, and you can see the lights are blinking and camera mount is working. I then set it on my 7-channel receiver using Futaba 10C because I wanted to test the auto return to home feature as well, and on my spectrum here I'm missing one channel, which is AHRS-S, so I'm missing one channel and I cannot configure that. So I'm using the Futaba radio. Okay, here we are, Futaba 10C, and I have set the XAircraft model on model 4. Alright, so here we are, and we go to the XAircraft utility. So here we are with the XAircraft Center. I just downloaded the latest version, and we press connect, and here we are with the connection. So first thing is you need to set the profile. I chose the profile for X650 V4, and you can see they have many profiles already stored there. It is recommended that you select these profiles according to your quadcopter that you have. Custom profiles you should do only if you are using some other ESCs and other motors and other frames using the XAircraft controllers. Okay, so the next thing we will do is go to the flight section, okay, which is the remote control. Alright. Okay, so first thing is the profile. We have selected the V4 profile. Then we go to the RC section. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit more and you will see why I'm loving the quadcopter. Now here you can see the real-time data with your throttle, pitch, yaw, roll, and everything. Okay, you can also see the modes here, which I have set the switch C, that is normal mode, attitude mode, and GPS attitude mode. Alright, so I can select the switches, select the modes using the switch C. And then we have the camera pan tilt, which I have selected 3-position switch. Okay, so camera can move in different directions. That is, it can tilt in different directions. So here we have with the return to home mode, you can see, and I have set one switch, so you can see return to home on, return to home off. So you can see the status changes to on and off. Now if I had more channels, I would simply turn on the carefree flight function as well, which is really like no crashes at all, because you don't have to care about the direction or anything. It will just move in the heading you want to go, regardless of yaw or any stick inputs. So carefree function is really very useful when doing auto filming. I will see if I can order the 9 or 10 channel receivers for my Futaba, and then I will go for all these features. Then you have heading log with the compass, show lamp, and disable gimbal, etc. Okay, then we have a power on type, which is a normal or arming, so I would simply say go for arming. Using arming type, you will have to use your rudder stick. When the throttle stick is at the lowest, you can use the rudder to arm and disarm the motors. After that, you can actually save your functions, your settings. You can also calibrate your flight controller, which I have just done already. Okay, and you can also see the reverse test. Okay, for example, which is a really good feature, very simple. For example, now throttle is minimum. You can see now the throttle is maximum because I move the sticks on my radio. Now if I move the stick forward, you can see the quad tilting, and it's showing that yes, quad will go forward. If I go backward, you can see it shows backward and quad tilts backward. So using left and right, of course, you can easily find if any channels are actually reversed, and then you can simply reverse them here and save your settings. Once your settings are saved, you can actually go and give it a test flight. Next is the flight control, where you can configure your stick gains, your auto leveling gain. Auto leveling means during flight when you leave the sticks. Auto leveling means during flight when you leave the sticks, your quadcopter will quickly get to the level flight. So how quick it gets to the level, you can actually select the gains here. Then you have an attitude control gain, and you have RTH gain, which you can actually set the speed of return to home, then position control gain, and height control gain. So I will basically take my laptop to the field and actually configure them all right there on the field. Then we have a gimbal control, okay, where you can set all the parameters of the gimbal. Then you have an AHRS control, where you can calibrate the AHRS, calibrate the compass, and you can actually see in real time how your quad is actually behaving using AHRS feature. Okay, all right, now it's completely leveled. All right, then finally we have the autopilot. In the autopilot, we don't have visible satellite and stuff like that, because right now we don't have any connection to the satellites, but on autopilot you can actually see the data from the GPS. Alright, so this is it, and then you go to the flight control, you save all your data, and you disconnect everything, and you are actually ready to fly. So I'm gonna put everything nicely, neatly inside, configure everything here, configure the failsafe, and then I'm gonna give it a flight. Okay, here's the finalized setup. I'm bound to use the Futaba 72 MHz because of the channels. I have the only 7-channel receiver here. So right now I can use the attitude hold flight mode, GPS hold flight mode, and auto return to home flight mode, but I cannot use the carefree flight mode using compass. Anyway, later I will order the Futaba fast FA SST module for my T10 and 2.4G, and order a 10-channel receiver, and then we will check all the functions of this quadcopter. This is simply awesome. The software is so. Just now I tested, and the quadcopter was very uncontrollable in normal mode, because just like a helicopter, and you need to decrease the gains a lot. But in attitude hold mode, wow, it was simply hands-free takeoff. So we're gonna take it out and give it a flight. But for now, you can see GPS is mounted at the back side, autopilot here, compass, AHRS, flight controller, my receiver, and UBEC, on-off button. So rest is everything. So everything is set. We will take my ThinkPad, the laptop, and the quadcopter with the Futaba 10 CAP, and we will give it a flight. And also we will carry one of my plug-and-play FPV systems to do some FPV on the quadcopter. Enjoy, and the first GoPro videos from XAircraft hopefully will show up tomorrow. And now you can see the GPS hold. It's really sweet now. Solid. Okay, let's try the auto return to home then.